welcoming with a thunder of applause हमारे मुख्य अतिथिगण माननीय केंद्र कोयला एवं खान मंत्री जी का हम कतल ध्वनि से इस कार्यक्रम में हार्दिक स्वागत कर रहे हैं।
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to Honorable Union Minister of Coal and Mines, Sri G. Kishan Reddy, Secretary of Coal, Additional Secretary of Coal, Coal Controller, and all dignitaries, guests, and participants to today's program. We are honored to have your presence as we come together for the significant occasion. I would request all to kindly be seated.
ये नहीं हो सकता है, देखना कोई
आप
लगा हुआ है, टोनी लगा है, सब्जी लगा हुआ है, सब माल लगा हुआ है। लगेगा नहीं सर, वहाँ पे ये है ना, वहाँ पे ये आए हुए हैं, वो कोई कन्वेंशन सेंटर लग रहा है मुझे। क्या करने बोला? क्या करने बोला उनको? लेटेंसी क्यों जा रहा है? कितना? 30 सेकंड से ज़्यादा है। 30 सेकंड से ज़्यादा है। कितना से तो यूट्यूब पे जाएगा पूरा हाँ थोड़ा सा ज़्यादा है।
आप सभी से हम अनुरोध करते हैं कि कृपया आप सभी एनएलसी टीम सॉन्ग एवं तमिल टाई वाद्य संगीत के लिए कृपया खड़े हो जाएं।
Requesting all to kindly be seated. To invoke the blessing and seek an auspicious beginning, we now present Ganesh Vandana as a Bharatanatyam dance performance. Here comes the students of Kendriya Vidyalaya School NLCL Navy to perform a grateful Bharatanatyam dance. May I invite all to witness and enjoy this soulful invocation.
श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। विकटोत्कचसुन्दरतन्त्रियुगं भुजगेन्द्रसुसर्पदत्ताभरणं गजनीलगणेन्द्रगणाधिपतिं प्रणतोऽस्मि विनायकहस्तिमुखम्। सुरसुरगणपति सुन्दरकेशं ऋषि ऋषिगणपति यज्ञसमानं भव भव गणपति पद्मशरीरं जय जय गणपति दिव्य नमस्ते। अजमुपवक्त्रं गिरिजापुत्रं गणगुणविक्रं गणपतिमिषप्रियं गणपतिमिषप्रियं गणपतिमिषप्रियम्। हरिद्रवरशुं कङ्कणचारिम् अवलितपद्मरुह्यं सुरपतिवन्द्यं सुन्दरलिङ्गं सुरचितमणिमकुटम् गणमतदेवं प्रकटितकालं षड्गिरितालमिदं तत्तत् षड्गिरितालमिदं तत्तत् षड्गिरितालमिदम्।
Now, we would like to invite our dignitaries to the dais. I would now request our Honorable Union Minister of Coal and Mines, Shri G. Kishan Reddy, our Secretary Coal, our Additional Secretary Coal, Coal Controller, our respected CMDs from NLCIL, CIL, and SCCL, and at that time, mine, sir, to kindly come on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause as we have our dignitaries who are coming on the dais.
अब मैं मंचा से हमारे माननीय केंद्र कोयला एवं खान मंत्री जी से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि आप कृपया दीप प्रज्वलन करके कार्यक्रम का शुभारंभ करें और मैं अन्य अतिथिगण से भी अनुरोध करती हूँ कि कृपया आप इस पावन कार्य में भाग लें।
सिर्फ इसी कैमरे को रहना चाहिए, ये दोनों को, उसको मत कीजिएगा। इसको
Thank you, dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen, to formally welcome the gathering and set the context for today's program, we will first take a brief moment to acknowledge the significance of this occasion and the purpose of today's. The welcome set the tone by highlighting the objectives of the event, the initiatives being taken forward, and the outcome we aim to achieve through this collective engagement. With that, may I now invite Sri Sajesh Kumaran, Coal Controller, to deliver the welcome address.
A very good morning to all of you. On behalf of the Ministry of Coal and Coal Control Organization and NLC, I warmly welcome the Honorable Minister for Coal and Mines, Shri Kishan Reddy ji, respected Secretary, Ministry of Coal, additional secretaries on the dais, distinguished dignitaries on and off the dais, and warm welcome to today's workshop. At the outset, I would also like to thank the Honorable Minister for making mine closure and repurposing as the central theme and the priority area for the ministry and driving this initiative, including this workshop. Thank you so much, sir. As you are aware, the objective of this workshop is to build awareness and share practical knowledge about the mine closure and the repurposing. Mine closure is not the end of a story, rather it's the beginning of a new chapter. A chapter where mined out areas are actually transformed into productive, sustainable, and vibrant spaces that serve both the environment and the communities and the future generation. I would like to inform you that, sir, we have actually the representatives or the nodal officers from 147 mines to be closed, and we have the representatives from the PSUs and the private sector mines. We have NGOs, policymakers, representatives of the multilateral and bilateral organizations, and other incredible speakers for this event. It's pertinent to mention here that the nodal officers play a very significant role in mine closure and repurposing. They are responsible for coordinating with all relevant stakeholders, guiding the planning and the implementation of community development and the livelihood related projects and promoting the local capacity building and be that leader and taking forward with this stewardship. Over the next 2 days, we will be engaging in 9 thematic sessions, 59 speakers from diverse sectors. These sessions are designed to share insights and build awareness on sustainable pathways for post-mining development and to foster cross-sectoral collaboration. At the end of the day one, we will be having a group exercise where the participants will be reimagining a mine and coming out with a repurposing strategy for that imagined mine. We have already visited in the morning some of the beautiful mine closure sites which has been developed by corporation. You should remember such outcomes are never achieved alone and it requires a collaborative effort. We must remember that these examples are not merely success stories, they're valuable learnings that demonstrate what's possible when vision, planning, and the community participations come together. Towards this objective, the ministry has been taking a lot of initiatives. We have now mandated that 25% of the escrow account shall be expended for the community development and the livelihood related projects. We also come up with the lives framework for repurposing. We also have an online tool which we have developed called Suvikal that will be helping you to take up the projects which are suitable for your minds. I'm happy to inform you that for the first time since independence, 25 mines have been scientifically closed, and we are targeting about 122 mines to be closed in the next 2 to 3 years. The nodal officers present here and other representatives from the mining community, my message is simple. You are the bridge between policy and practice and between the planning and execution. Your coordination, your leadership, and your ability to capture lessons and carry them forward will determine how successful we create impactful projects, replicate them, and make it sustainable. Always remember, when we transform a closed mine into sources of livelihood, we are creating hope and we are building sustainable future. So let this gathering mark the beginning of many impactful initiatives that can be scaled up, not at the national level, but even as an example at the global stage. Let's use the workshop as a platform to share lessons openly, discuss challenges honestly, and think creatively and boldly. And most importantly, let us act collectively. And I warm welcome all of you once again and wish you a very productive workshop and a fruitful stay here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your welcome address and also for highlighting the objectives of the event.
कार्यक्रम को आगे बढ़ाते हुए अब आदरणीय हमारे सीएमडी एनएससीआई महोदय से निवेदन करती हूँ कि वे कृपया हमारे मुख्य अतिथिगण माननीय केंद्र कोयला एवं खान मंत्री जी को स्वागत करें। तत्काल ध्वनि से हम स्वागत करते हैं हमारे माननीय मंत्री जी का।
Would request CMD sir to kindly welcome Sri Vikram Devdutt, IAS Secretary of Coal, with the book.
श्रीमती रूपेंद्र बरन एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी कोल महोदया को स्वागत करने के लिए मैं सर से रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ।
Requesting sir to also welcome Sri Sanoj Kumar Jha, our Additional Secretary of Coal.
श्री सतीश कुमार कोल कंट्रोलर महोदय को स्वागत करें। श्री साईराम सीएमडी सीआईएल महोदय को स्वागत करें।
Request sir to also welcome Dr. Buddha Prakash Jyoti, IAS CMD SECL.
धन्यवाद सर। अब मैं हमारे आदरणीय सीएमडी एनएलसीआईएल श्री प्रसन्न कुमार मोतीपल्ली महोदय से अनुरोध करती हूँ कि वह रोज टू वैल्यू के विषय पर कृपया अपना संदेश प्रदान करें।
Good morning, sir. सबको नमस्कार, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ वणक्कम. Respected and Honorable Minister for Coal and Mines, Sri Kishan Reddy Garu. Respected Secretary Coal, Additional Secretaries, Chairman Coal India, Chairman Singareni, and Chairmen of different coal companies, Ministry officials, and members of unions and associations, NLCA team members, and today our guests, all the delegates for this conference. While we are ligniting the nation, we are fortunate to get this opportunity to ignite the ideas for mine closure. As you know, NLC since beginning is giving utmost priority to mine closure and sustainable mining. Now, mine closure is no longer an end; it is a strategic transition. Earlier, the old paradigm is extracting the mineral, then we are treating it as a liability, and there is ecological loss. But new paradigm is that you have to regenerate and to asset creation and the ecosystem restoration. So the mines of tomorrow will be measured not by what they extract, but by what they regenerate. And this is a once in a generation transformation opportunity. Across the world, thousands of mines are approaching closure, representing one of the largest land restoration opportunity globally. So it is a great opportunity for each and everyone for taking this mine closure activity scientifically and taking it forward for ecology restoration. And the global best practices show that mine closure unlocks green jobs, circular economy models, and long-term ESG value.
Sustainability is important because it has everything to do with the success of our existence on this planet. This is sustainability for all, to lift people up, to give them hope, to empower them to achieve their individual goals through sustainability. I would expect that all countries would make a deep dive and recommit to sustainability. That's why we decided to launch the sustainability campaign, the Choose Sustainability. We have to live more responsibly. We have to rethink how we use resources. We have to optimize the use of those resources in order to ensure that there will be a supply for our great, 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 and even greater grandchildren.
So this is a message from UN Secretary General, which is very apt, and I am very happy that such type of conferences makes us to act responsibly and ensure the sustainability to protect Mother Nature for our great, 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 even greater grandchildren. And NLC, over the 6 decades of legacy, followed the mine closing practices even when there were no regulation framework in the country. So it was done voluntarily, and although none of the mines are closed till now, the progressive mining activities were meticulously done to ensure the restoration of ecology. Morning you visited the our eco park area. That exhibits how the ecology is restored. Next. I'm not going to details of this slide because we, next 2 days we are going to discuss this one. The steps in the mine closure activity, different steps with compressively backfilling and to finally restore the ecology. So out of 6,473 hectares of land that was mined out, 3,152 hectares of land physically reclaimed, and almost 2,811 hectares of land is already biologically reclaimed to the fullest extent. And we planted more than 33 lakh trees in the mine restored area, and we are having 3 crore trees in NLKL township. That is the reason why it is called as the greenest township in the country, and we maintain AQA index of 30 to 40 in the township as well as in the plant premises. We are having another important activity of managing the water. The lignite in the Neyveli area is on aquifer. That gives a challenge as well as an opportunity to effectively manage the water and utilize it for meaningful purposes. Whatever eco restoration we have done in our ecological park, that was mainly because of the reason that we are having plenty of water which we can use for this purpose. And not only that, we are giving water for 25,000 hectares of land in and around Neyveli, and 62 villages are being supplied with the drinking water, and even drinking water is being supplied to city of Chennai. 1/3 of Chennai drinks Neyveli water. Next. So in 2021, the ecological parks were made operational, and since then, in 2nd October 2000, on 2nd October 2025, the ecotourism was formally inaugurated. There is a huge response to the ecotourism from the general public, and they want to see how these things are restored. Then, not only the ecology restoration, NLC is taking a lead in the green power generation. We were the first company in the country to add 1 gigawatt renewable capacity, and we are having a target of reaching 10 gigawatt by 2030. And already actions are in place to reach the target of 30 gigawatt. There are almost 5 gigawatt solar installations are in active progress. And apart from that, apart from ground mounted solar, we are also pursuing the floating solar, wind energy, and also the rooftop solar. Then the main indication or reflection of restoration of ecology is birds. So we can proudly say that the birds, more than 100 varieties of birds, they visit Neyveli. In those birds, three category of birds were extinction nature. Apart from the other eco-friendly activities, we are carrying out high-tech agriculture where different types of vegetables are grown, and also we are having Goswala where we are maintaining more than 200 cows, and the feed for these cows are also is grown in the mines itself. And apart from that, there is hydroponic cultivation and other agriculture, cultivating of rice and other items are also being carried out. And recently we have taken initiative to produce Neyveli Neer. Already the contract is awarded, the work is in progress. Within next 6 months period, we are going to start a production of Neyveli Neer in different sizes of bottles. Also to reuse whatever overburden we are having. We are having overburden of almost last 60 years. So to effectively use that and protect the environment by reducing the usage of river sand, the M sand plant is established of 1 million metric ton, and we're already established 0.4 million metric ton. We thank Honorable Minister today to inaugurate this OB2 M sand plant. Next. It is said that a mine's second life can be more valuable than its first. But only thing is that we should be having the determination and commitment to take it forward. It can be used as renewable energy parks. It can be used in eco restoration and tourism, and it can be used the lakes, and it also we can make industrial hubs. So the key learnings of this sector, the circular land transformation is the early planning. It is very important that whenever you are starting the mining activity, you should be having plan how to close it. Although our rules and regulations stipulates for that, and the mining plan is having all the requirements, but we don't give the importance in the initial stages. That is very important. So early planning is very important, and whatever restoration we are doing, it should not be just like that. It should be a science based. So the one formula is not suitable for all the mines. All this each mine is specific based on atmospheric conditions, availability of water. So tailor-made scientific approach need to be followed for the mine closing, and it should be community centric. So whatever activity we are doing, just like that doing and keeping it like that is not no use. It should be a community centric. While designing this restoration, we should be always keeping the community in mind. Then it should be a measurable sustainability. Now, each and every company's performance is not only measured by its financial performance, but also the ESG performance. So, whatever restoration activity we are doing, that should add to our ESG score. Then the investors also will be happy. Then, whatever mine restoration we are doing, it should be of long-term value. And whatever mindscape we are producing, it should be having some economic value on the life of the mine. Next. This is a testimonial from the CAG audit, the recent CAG audit, where CAG categorically told NLCL Limited has undertaken several commendable environmental and sustainable mining practices. It reclaimed over 2,188 hectares of mined out land and planted over 27.96 lakh saplings. Noted. It successfully improved infertile soil through scientific methods, enabling cultivation in 100 hectares, the creation of 52 water bodies, and promotion of ecotourism and biodiversity conservation reflect a strong commitment to sustainable development. It emphasizes. And Energy India has achieved 100% fly ash utilization in all its thermal power stations since 2013, which aligns with the environmental standards and promotes sustainability, the CAG pointed out. This is a great appreciation.
Hi, I'm Nayon, NLC India's very own mascot. I roam around the mines, keeping a watchful eye on everything. I inspect the thermal plants to make sure they're running smoothly and safely. I live right here in the township, where the community grows strong. And guess what? I thrive in renewables too, because a cleaner, greener future is what we all need. Come join me on this journey towards power, progress, and sustainability. Together, we shine bright.
Next slide. These are the how we converted the voids into green ecosystems, water reservoirs, community assets, and energy zones. The details will be shared by our senior executives during the conference. Next. Next.
Neither rivers drink their own water, nor trees eat their own fruits. Clouds also do not consume grains produced by their water. Nature provides for us. we must
बाय
also
अढ़ाई फुट
provide for
ठीक है
nature.
तीन लंबाई हाँ ठीक है तीन
Protecting
लंबाई
and
तीन
caring for
लंबाई
Mother
हो जाएगा ना
Earth is
चार
our
चार बाय तीन कीजिए
fundamental
और
responsibility.
चार चार बाय अढ़ाई
Mother Nature
हाँ
does not favor
चार जो है ना चार मतलब
a
ये
fragmented
लंबाई
approach.
अढ़ाई अढ़ाई चौड़ाई
She prefers
ठीक
Vasudhaiva
हाँ
Kutumbakam,
आठ चाहिए हमको
one earth, one family, one
ठीक
future.
है और उसका साइड साइड में पत्ती है ना उसको नेट से
So
टाइट
for one family and one future and one earth, fragmented approach is
और बहुत ज़्यादा
not
भारी भी नहीं बहुत
sufficient.
ज़्यादा हल्का भी नहीं
A collective effort is required. I'm happy that here so many people are there to make that collective effort to save our mother earth and our future generations. Thank you everyone.
Thank you, sir, for sharing the key learnings and best practices of NLCIL to Voice to Value. Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to have with us Sri Vikram Dev Dutt, IAS, Secretary Ministry of Coal, a senior IAS officer with wide administrative leadership experience, who has been instrumental in driving policy direction, interministerial coordination, and strategic reforms. His guidance strengthens the sector's focus on efficiency, aligning national priorities with ongoing execution. May I now kindly request sir to address the gathering.
A very good morning to all of you. Honorable Union Minister for Coal and Mines, Shri Kishan Reddy ji, my colleague, additional secretaries from the ministry, CMDs of NLC, TIL, SECL, all the Coal India subsidiaries, the senior functional directors of NLC, members of the NLC family, and above all, the experts and delegates who have very kindly agreed to be part of this very important seminal conference. I believe it is very appropriate that the first ever national workshop on mine closure and repurposing is taking place here at the headquarters of NLC India Limited. For as we have seen in the couple of hours since morning, whatever has been very elaborately presented by CMD NLC in the preceding presentation is there to be seen. And as they say, seeing is believing. In fact, as we come together to deliberate on this workshop on scientific mine closure and systematic repurposing over the next 2 days, I believe it is a defining step towards building a responsible and future-ready mining ecosystem in India. The 147 nodal officers participating here reflect commitment. They also reflect a sense of purpose. And that sense of purpose has been largely driven over the last year by the vision of our Honorable Minister, who has time and again emphasized that while we do what we do efficiently for the sake of the nation, we have a larger responsibility towards the communities which inhabit the coal mining area peripheries, as also towards Mother Nature. So to my mind, the objective of this conference, driven by his vision, his commitment, his constant drive over the last 1 year, is threefold. The first is to build awareness. We would want all stakeholders to be on the same page in terms of being aware of what the conceptual framework of mine repurposing and closure is. In fact, as many of you would know, the revised mining plan guidelines which came into effect almost a year ago in January 2025, for the first time ever, realigned the purpose of the guidelines with a strong focus on community welfare. And as the CCO has already spelled out, 25% of the amount in the escrow account
is mandated for community development and livelihood generation. Additionally, 10% of the final mine closure cost has been earmarked for just transition initiatives aimed at supporting socio-economic transformation and skill development of affected communities. So the first objective is awareness. The second is to share practical knowledge. I believe there is a lot of cross-sectoral learning which can be had from the various experts and practitioners who in their own way have carried out very innovative and interesting projects in the mining areas. In fact, I believe that the possibilities of what exists is limited only by our imagination, and we can push the envelope and the frontiers very effectively so that we are able to translate a conceptual framework which, under the guidance of Honorable Minister over the last 1 year, pursuant to the mining plan guidelines, the CCO has very diligently, in consultation with all stakeholders, developed the Reclaim framework, which was launched by the Honorable Minister in the middle of last year, the LIVE framework, which is a practical handbook for scientific mine closure, and a tool called Suvikal, which is available on the website of the CCO. It provides a curated list of about 35 mine repurposing projects, pretty much cutting across the entire domain and spectrum of possibilities. So I feel the time is right now that the ministry has, under the guidance of Honorable Minister, prepared a conceptual framework. The baton is now to be passed on to implementation in the field, and that is where the commitment, the sense of purpose, and the clarity should emerge out of this two-day workshop. We are here to align governance, finance, technical planning, and community engagement into one broad, coherent, coordinated approach. In fact, the role of the district administration, as Honorable Minister has emphasized from time to time, is also very critical, because the best fit for any particular geography in any particular region should contain feedback from elected representatives, from NGOs, from mining companies, and domain experts, which will give a solution which is to the best interest of the community. Our goal is to go beyond land reclamation. We must build enduring value, economic ecosystems, and initiatives that are impact driven, that are scalable and replicable. A successful model in one mining district should become a blueprint for others. And this is to be done with a sense of urgency. As a great nation, we are poised in our journey towards Viksit Bharat, and caring for communities and nature is also one of the pillars of Viksit Bharat. I wish you very qualitative peer learning which will strengthen resilience across all these areas. Thank you. I wish you all.
Thank you, sir, for sharing a thought-provoking address. Now, we move on to a most significant milestone. We will be having the virtual inauguration of various mine closure, repurposing, and sustainable initiatives. We have 50 megawatt solar power plant on reclaimed land at Mine 2, NLC and Navy. We have 2.4 megawatt rooftop solar power plant at thermal power stations in Navy. Eco Park at Basingsar, Bikaner, Rajasthan. Integrated township in Talapila, Sambulpur, Odisha, and Pachwara, South DUMKA, Jharkhand.
उद्घाटन समारोह का समय है। इसके पहले आप सभी से हम सभी निवेदन करते हैं कि एक शानदार ऑडियो विजुअल देखने की कृपा करें।
LCIL achieved a national first by commissioning a 50 megawatt solar plant on Mine 2's reclaimed land, developed at a cost of 190 crore rupees and enabled by statutory clearances from the Directorate General of Mine Safety and the Central Electricity Authority. The 70.5 megawatt peak plant will generate 118 million units annually, while a
NLCIL moves steadily toward its 2030 vision of achieving 10 gigawatts of green capacity, powering India's sustainable future. NLC India Limited, in its commitment to renewable energy, has left no stone unturned. The rooftops of buildings in NLCIL thermal plants, which are usually unused, have been identified to harness solar energy. 2.4 megawatts of rooftop solar plants, generating 3.5 million units of clean energy for local consumption, and reducing 3,000 tons of CO2 emissions every year, have been installed at NNTPS, TPS2 expansion, NTPL, BTPS, and NUPPL. Under the Mission Green initiative of the Ministry of Coal, an eco-park has been developed over 2 hectares, named Maru Udyan, a desert eco-park. Maru Udyan includes a recreation park equipped with swings and play facilities for children. To attract birds and ensure regular water availability, a water harvesting structure has been developed. An attractive gazebo seating area has also been created. A total of 21 species of trees have been planted in the area. But once there was a mining area, nature now smiles. At Bengali in Sambalpur district, NLCIL is developing a world-class integrated township for its mining and power operations. Spread across approximately 130 acres, including a dedicated approach road, the township is envisioned as a modern, self-sustained campus, integrating residential, administrative, institutional, and recreational facilities within a secure environment. Executed through a project management consultant, the township will feature a guest house with helipad, bachelor's hostel, community hall, school, training and e-learning centre, dispensary, shopping complex with bank and post office, temple, swimming pool, gym, and a comprehensive sports complex with indoor and outdoor facilities. Designed to achieve a minimum 4-star GREHO rating, the township incorporates solar photovoltaic systems, energy-efficient infrastructure, water and sewage treatment plants, rainwater harvesting, stormwater management, and advanced digital connectivity. The project is scheduled for completion within 24 months. The Talabira Integrated Township reflects NLCIL's commitment to sustainable development, employee welfare, and long-term regional growth. A modern township built for resilience, community, and the future of energy infrastructure. In the heart of DUMKA district, Jharkhand, NUPPL is developing a modern, integrated township, a self-contained ecosystem that blends functionality, sustainability, and community living through project management consulting. Located at Majarabadi village, just 8 kilometers from the project site, the township spans over 15 acres amidst serene, hilly surroundings along the Govindpur to Sahibganj highway. The township will comprise state-of-the-art administrative complex, dedicated roads, indoor sports complex with gymnasium, guest house cum bachelor's hostel, modern residential quarters of various categories, football ground, running tracks, children's play areas, temple, community hall, project head's bungalow, landscape gardens, the school, library, healthcare dispensary, shopping complex with banking facility and restaurant. The township has been designed to achieve a minimum 4-star GREHO rating. The Pachwara South Integrated Township reflects NUPPL's commitment to responsible development, employee well-being, and inclusive regional growth.
May I now invite our Honorable Union Minister of Coal and Mines, Shri G. Kishan Reddy, to kindly proceed for the virtual inauguration of this initiative. Sir, may I request to kindly inaugurate. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause as an Honorable Union Minister of Coal and Mines, Shri G. Kishan Reddy,
सिर्फ हमारा ये वाला कैमरा है
all our initiatives.
नहीं नहीं खोलना नहीं अच्छा खोल खोल दीजिए
Thank you, sir. Now, we'll be proceeding for releasing of a book on Biodiversity in NLCL Neyveli Mines, Reclaimed Land.
ये वाला कैमरा बंद कर दी ये वाला कैमरा बंद कर ये वाला कैमरा बंद कर
आपसे हम पुनः निवेदन करते हैं कि एक शॉर्ट ऑडियो विजुअल देखने की कृपा करें।
ये वाला ऑडियंस वाला
NLCIL commissioned a comprehensive study on avifaunal diversity. The study documented rich wetland avifauna across Neyveli's artificial lakes. Key species observed in significant numbers include the great egret, cattle egret, painted stork, black-headed ibis, black-winged stilt, and common moorhen, the rodent bushwalk parakeet, common myna, jungle babbler, Indian robin, and common tailor bird. Neyveli also serves as the seasonal habitat for migratory species such as the grey heron and white stork. In total, 107 bird species were recorded, 77 terrestrial and 30 wetland, belonging to 59 families, while 104 species fall under the least concern category. 3 species are classified as near threatened under the IUCN Red List, emphasizing the need for continued protection. The avifaunal diversity of Neyveli demonstrates that scientifically planned mining and power generation can coexist with biodiversity conservation.
वो वाला तो चल रहा है वही वाला कैमरा चल रहा है ये कैमरा तो स्टॉप हो गया ये वाला चालू है दूसरा ऐप भी कर